Did you know that a recent report estimated that AI could expose 300 million full-time jobs to automation? If you ignore this shift, you risk becoming the elevator operator of the 21st century. But if you understand what we are about to cover, you won't just survive the AI revolution. You will build your career on top of it. It is the question keeping everyone awake at night. From truck drivers watching self-driving demos, to artists watching Midjourney generate masterpieces in seconds, to coders watching GitHub Copilot write entire functions. The question is, will technology ever replace human jobs completely? For 200 years, the answer was always no. We told ourselves that technology destroys old jobs but creates new ones. We said machines can do the muscle work, but humans do the thinking. But that rule just broke, because for the first time in history, we have built machines that don't just lift heavy objects. They think, they create, they plan. So, are we heading for a world of permanent unemployment, or a utopia where no one has to work? The answer is more complicated and more fascinating than a simple yes or no. Welcome to InnoVision Tech. Let's figure out if you're about to be replaced. To understand where work is going, we first have to remember how wrong people have been before. In the 1800s, textile workers called the Luddites smashed weaving machines because they were sure automation would leave them poor and unemployed. What actually happened was the opposite. Machines made clothing cheaper. Demand exploded, and the fashion and textile industries became some of the largest employers on Earth. Technology didn't destroy work, it changed what work meant. The same fear returned in the 1980s when spreadsheets appeared. Accountants worried computers would replace them. The job of human calculator disappeared, but the profession of accounting grew. When math became cheap, humans stopped doing calculations and started doing interpretation. They became advisors instead of machines. Economists call the belief that technology destroys jobs forever the lump of labor fallacy, the idea that there is a fixed amount of work in the world. History shows that when something becomes cheaper, people simply use more of it. But this time, something is different. For decades, we assumed machines would replace physical labor first and leave thinking jobs for humans. But reality flipped that idea upside down. Robots still struggle with messy, unpredictable physical tasks. A robot folding laundry, caring for a patient, or fixing a leaking pipe is still incredibly difficult. But artificial intelligence is already writing reports, creating marketing copy, analyzing data, reading medical scans, and writing software. The threat is no longer to factory workers, it is to office workers. This shift is not about replacing muscle, it is about replacing cognition. If your job consists mainly of processing information, copying data, or following patterns, you are in the highest risk category. AI doesn't get tired, bored, or distracted. It can do those tasks faster and cheaper than any human. That does not mean humans are becoming useless. It means our role is changing. In chess, the best players were not humans or computers, but humans using computers. These players, called centaurs, used machines for calculation and themselves for strategy. That same model is now spreading to every profession. The future is not human versus AI. It is humans with AI versus humans without it. A designer using AI can produce in an hour what once took days. A writer can outline dozens of drafts instantly. A researcher can scan thousands of papers in minutes. But this creates a hard truth. If one person can now do the work of 10, most people will need to find new ways to contribute. The safest jobs are not the ones that use the most technology, but the ones that require things technology lacks: responsibility, physical presence, human connection. We still need people to sign legal documents, perform surgery, care for children, comfort the sick, and create meaning. In a world flooded with AI content, anything made by a real person becomes more valuable, not less. The real danger is economic. If machines do most of the work, who earns money to buy the products? That is why tech leaders talk about universal basic income. If AI makes food, housing, and energy extremely cheap, people may no longer need traditional jobs to survive. But getting from here to there will be messy, painful, and unstable. So no, technology will not eliminate humans, but it will eliminate jobs that treat humans like machines. The future belongs to people who can guide, judge, and imagine, not to those who simply execute. Don't try to compete with the algorithm. Learn how to direct it. If you found this analysis helpful, hit that like button. It tells the YouTube algorithm that humans still have good taste. And subscribe to InnoVision Tech. We're going to keep tracking this revolution every single week so you don't get left behind.